Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are back with another arranged marriage series wherein we will discuss it from a man's perspective. So like you guys know that me and my husband were in the arranged marriage process and we found each other through that. So today I'm going to interview my husband to know his experiences and struggles what men face in arranged marriages. Let's get started. Hi, welcome to our channel. Can you introduce yourself to our viewers?
Thank you for having me on the channel. I am a 32-year-old software engineer working for a startup. I mostly work from home, but we prefer staying here in Bangalore. I was raised in Belgaum.
Okay, so my first question to you regarding arranged marriages, when did you start your arranged marriage process and what was your age then?
So the process started in 2017 when I was 25. My parents were of the opinion that I should get married early. The proposals that they sent my way, I would find a reason to reject them because I was not very serious about the whole thing.
Okay, so how long were you in the process? So 2015 you were not very serious, but then after that, how long were you in the process?
In 2019, I felt that it was the right time for me to settle down, and that is when I seriously started looking out for potential partner. And in 2022, I met you, and that's when the process kind of completed. So the whole process roughly took 3 years, 4 years. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so the obvious question that comes to everyone's mind is what were your expectations? Like everybody has a list of expectations. What were yours?
So in my potential partner, I was looking for someone who was working firstly and who was financially independent. The reason why I was looking for someone who was working is because I wanted someone who would take decisions on their own, who would be pretty much independent. If she was not working or if she had a passion for starting her own business, I would be interested in supporting her in any possible way, be it financial or any other assistance that I could provide her. I was willing to take that as well. The other criteria that I had was with regards to passion. I was really looking for someone who had passion outside of work, whose life didn't revolve around work all the time. This was also because I wanted to do something together, and which would be possible if the other person had some passion. The next thing that I was also looking for is the compatibility of the family. Since marriage is considered a union of two families, it would make sense that the families would have to gel well together. So that was another point that I was looking for.
So one thing that you did not mention currently in the expectation is looks. So was looks important to you?
For me, the primary criteria was that the girl should have a decent height. She should be 5 feet 3 and above. And also, she should be moderately weight. It's just so that I would want my companion to be healthier in comparison. The other thing that I felt was that the person need not be really attractive as such. All I'm looking for is that she should be decent. It's just so that we look good together.
Okay, so based on your experiences, you were in the arranged marriage process for like 3.5 years. What do you think are expectations from girls these days?
So the girls that I spoke to and their families look at firstly the family wealth and then the guy's salary. If the guy is coming from a well-to-do family, then the salary does not matter as much. But if the guy is more of a self-made man, then what they look at is the person's financial potential. The next thing that they look at is the financial dependency that guy has with his parents. So I was personally asked if I had some sort of loan or any financial obligations to my parents. So the other thing that I noticed was the reason why people look at family wealth is because if it is a guy, then it's generally assumed that the family wealth will ultimately come to the guy. So in that case, they kind of tend to ignore the guy's salary. So it is an expectation that they would inherit the financial wealth. One other thing that I was asked frequently is if I had any real estate on my name, be it a house or any commercial property. And other thing that was frequently asked was also if I owned a car, which I found very peculiar. Uh, the other thing that came to my notice was guys who are 6 feet plus have a better chance of getting a proposal. And on the flip side, if the guy is bald or if he's obese, then the chances or likelihood of him getting a proposal is far lesser, which is unfortunate thing. Uh, there have been certain exceptions though. In case of a really wealthy family, the girls tend to ignore any physical issues such as baldness or obesity to just get associated with that family. These days, they even look at any health issues that could be genetic or otherwise, uh, which I personally feel is fair enough.
So, what are some of the unreasonable demands that you personally had to face in this process?
There were plenty of instances wherein I was asked a lot of financial related questions, demand for ITR or salary slips, proof of investments. There were certain instances wherein I was asked to procure or buy an apartment in tier 1 city before I even got married. Uh, I have heard of situations from my friends wherein the family has demanded for the guy to own a car, and preferably they had a preference of buying an SUV.
So, what has been your weirdest experience till date?
There have been plenty of weird instances. One very common theme was generally when we text, the girl would ghost me for a prolonged period of time, for weeks together, and then suddenly she would come back, start texting again as if nothing went wrong. Another weird experience that I had was when I visited the girl's family, and there was a general chat. I met the girl once, and the family in fact assumed that it was all good to go, and they already started planning for the wedding without even asking the opinion of the guy and the girl. There was another instance where I was told that the marriage would not proceed if the guy did not have or own a property in a tier 1 city. There have also been instances wherein I wanted to talk to the girl, and the girl refused to talk without the presence of the parents, which felt a little weird to me. And also, a common theme across has been that when I try to meet a girl outside, if there has been multiple meetings with the same girl, the girl does not volunteer to split the bill, which I felt is pretty weird for an independent girl.
Okay, so next question is that in arranged marriages, conversations become really weird, right? So, how do you deal with the discussion of splitting finances in the future? Like, did you ever bring up that discussion with any prospect?
Yeah, I mean, discussing finances is a part of arranged marriage process, I feel. While it is okay to assume a lot of things, but finances is something that has to be clarified. A couple of decisions when it comes to finance was how do we save our money? Would it be a joint account or would it be individual accounts? How are we going to spend the money? How are we going to invest the money? Like what are the instruments that we are going to split across, what proportions, who's going to pay what, how the salary has to be divided in terms of the bills that we get. You could also potentially discuss as to how the split is going to happen, like who's going to take care of what aspect of the expenses. And also, if you have any financial obligations, such as a loan, has to be disclosed upfront so that it's clearer to the other person about the financial standing and it does not come as a surprise later. Another major thing that should be discussed is about raising a child, which is an expensive matter. So I feel that it has to be thought of and planned well in advance. So discussing that as well is a good point.
Okay, so from a man's point of view, what do you think needs to change in the current arranged marriage process, which involves millennials and Gen Z?
I feel that the parents should be less involved in the matrimonial process. This could start with the matrimonial profile being created by the individual themselves. This allows them a greater control as to who they would match with and would smoothen the process way more. Also, another thing which I feel should be reduced is the involvement of horoscope matching between the guy and the girl. While it is important, I feel to a certain extent, but I think the compatibility matters more than the horoscope. With the profile being managed by the individual, this allows the people, the boy or the girl, to be more responsive, and this allows him or her to take more initiative. Another thing that I have heard from my friends is that there are certain people who are forced into getting married. It is better if they disclose this thing upfront so that it does not cause any issues later.
So my last question, what advice would you give to the men who are in the arranged marriage process who are entering the arranged marriage process?
The first advice that I would give is that one should not rush into things. It takes time. Arranged marriage is a very slow process. Since it involves, it is one of the most important life decisions that you will be taking. So it is better not to rush into things and think it through. One more advice that I would want to give is that people these days are not very clear as to what they want in a potential partner. uh, you could take some time off, figure out the criteria that you are looking for in a partner. Maybe split it into a must haves, good to haves kind of thing. This allows you to filter out a lot of candidates early on. This kind of saves both of your time. So, apart from this, parents pressurize kids into getting married, especially when they cross a certain threshold. Like in my case, it was 30. So, one advice that I would want to give is that don't fall prey to your parents' pressure. While it is your life decision, take your time and think it through. And don't take wrong decisions.
Thank you for watching. Now, if you are someone who has gone through the arranged marriage process, please comment below on your experiences and please encourage men so that they can also find their partner. Now, if you like such videos, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more content. See you next time.